Hey, it's Jason Roby again with Mad Cow Web. Today we're going to add a custom tab to our WooCommerce single product pages. We're going to keep it really simple at first, and then maybe we can get into some fanciness. But yeah, so let's get into it. So this is the completed code. I will include this in the description and a gist as usual, but what I basically want to do is quickly run through how this works, and then we'll show it on our page, and then show a little bit of a customization, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So if you watched the previous videos on adding those action hooks to WooCommerce pages, we're doing a very similar thing here, except that we're going to be using a filter. Interestingly, when I Googled this filter this morning, there's not much out there. There's what I was looking for was that WooCommerce documentation, but no dice. So anyway, we're adding a filter, and we need to use this this filter name in the first section, and then we can call our the filter that we're adding anything you want, and then just exactly like the other. I guess I'll scroll up to make this less muddy. As long as this matches your function, all is well in the world. And then I want to go through the function really quickly, just so you can see what things you can and should change. So first and foremost, like we talked about earlier, I should probably stop saying that. We are getting the tabs coming in the door. So our function needs those tabs, so that's that variable tabs. And then what we're doing here through in 81 through 85 is that we are taking that tabs variable, which is an array, just so we know. It's an array that includes, if we go to our product page, the description, the reviews, and is it attributes, I think? Additional information, sorry. Description, reviews, and additional information. Those are the three tabs that come in the door. And by adding our own new array, which is called Nido Text tab, it's taking what's been given to us in the tabs array and then adding another one to it. Without this array here, so if we were to do this and get rid of that array, now we're taking the tabs that WooCommerce gives us and we're throwing them away, because a variable with an equal sign is assigning that variable a value. And so what would happen here is all that would show up on our page is our one tab, and we would lose the other tabs. So what we're doing in this particular video is we want to add a new tab. We don't want to ruin what WooCommerce gives us. So that's why you have this adorable little array in there. And then within that array is another array. This is the nested array, which is I do not want to get into today, but what we're doing here is we're defining those key value things that are showing up in the array. So our Nido Text tab array has a title of our Nido Text, and I'm putting the namespace in here because WooCommerce likes that. That's for translations and stuff. I'm giving it a priority, which we'll talk about in a second. Currently it's 60. And then the callback. And the callback is basically, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do in here? Because without a callback, it's just an empty tab. And then on line 86, with any filter, as always, you have to return it. If I go up here to our other add actions, all I'm doing is echoing. And that's what you can do with an action, because an action is not taking something and filtering it and messing with it. So I can echo stuff with an action, but down here, I have to return my tabs. If I don't do that, by the way, my filter doesn't run, doesn't produce anything. So, and then all I'm doing in this section here, in this callback, is I'm identifying a function, and then down here I'm actually creating and defining that function. And all we're doing is, you'll probably recognize this because it looks very similar to our top cart message up here. I'm just throwing a div with an h2 in the tab. That's it. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And then we're going to come over here to our Grumpy Cat. And if I refresh, look at that. We now have a new tab. I guess I should zoom in a smidge for you. We have a new tab, and if I open that tab, what do you know? I'm going to go ahead and inspect this. It's quite obviously, it's quite obviously what's happening here, but if I get into my H thingy there you go. So I have a div class of custom tab text, and then I have an H2, and that's exactly what you see here. And then just so you're aware, I'm just using the same exact styling I used in a previous video, so that's why it's blue and has white text. But all right, cool. So I don't have the WooCommerce code right here in front of me, but it is good for you to know that these tabs, description, reviews, and additional content, additional text, I keep forgetting what it's called, they have priorities. So I don't remember off the top of my head what they are, but I don't really care, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change my priority to 10 and then save, and let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. Our Nito text went second. So clearly the priority of 10 for our tab is higher than, or lower, however you want to look at it, than reviews. And so if we make our priority 5, let's see what happens. There you go. Now we're first. So you can play with that priority, and you can move your tab around wherever you'd like it to show up. All right, that's all for today.